another edition of Cassmac After Dark. It is 12:15 Eastern Time. I think I have the Boise State-Wyoming game on right now. This Cassmac After Dark will be mainly the college football slate because it was absolutely insane today. Just amazing to watch as a fan. I'm kind of sad that I don't really have a big alliance to a college football team other than my Charlotte 49ers, who did win today 28-21 over UTEP, making them one win away from bowl eligibility, which would be awesome as an alumni of 49ers. Just getting there as a program is just great. But ranked matchups today, the big one, LSU versus Alabama. LSU just came out of house of fires and just kind of shell-shocked Alabama. But Alabama had a lot of self-inflicted wounds early. Tua Tagovailoa was trying to pass the ball and it just kind of fell out of his hand for the first turnover, and they were in scoring territory at that point, led to their first score. You got 12 men on the field a few times for Alabama. And the big one, a punt, perfect snap, went off the punter's face mask, and then an interception late in the half to kind of put the sledgehammer down for the first half. They were up 33-13, but as we all know, Nick Saban and Alabama are never dead, and they just kept fighting. It was just too much. Joe Burrow and Edwards-Helaire, his draft stock went this way big time. I'm saying top 15 pick maybe, and he just did it all, rushing and receiving, 4 total touchdowns. Joe Burrow was amazing, 31 of 39, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did have 1 fumble, but that was mainly due to the left tackle whiffing on a block, blind side. Gotta always protect that blind side, we know that, but and the defense for LSU as well came up huge with some 4th down stops. Tua's health did play a factor, especially on a 3rd and 5. I can't remember when, but he ran and he slid about a half yard short, and then LSU was able to stop the momentum there. So I mean, it was a collective game, 46-41. There was a lot of good defensive stuff, but the offenses were just all fly zone. It was amazing to watch. Joe Burrow had some clutch runs as well. My favorite one was the fake. Actually, the 3rd and 5 where he almost scored, basically kind of sealed it. But my favorite play he made all day was the fake QB draw pop pass. I'm feeling a lot of people are gonna steal that one. He's just a gutty quarterback. He'll stick his face mask in there, and he's not afraid to take brutal hits, and he's not scared to. He said, "I'm not gonna slide." I don't slide. He just doesn't slide, and it's nice. I have great respect for a guy like that, and it's just nice to see some different teams vying for that college football playoff other than Alabama and Clemson. I mean, they are, but it's just nice to see some new faces. It's great for the parity in college football. It's great for me as a fan. It's great for all of us as fans. But the other one today, row the boat. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. PJ Fleck got Minnesota playing hell of a just amazing football. His mantra, his attitude, his personality is infectious. Even as an outsider looking in, he'd just be a fun guy to go have a couple of beers with, or just talk football, talk sports. he just has that vibe to him. And 7 years, good on Minnesota for locking him up. They beat the number 4 team in the country, Penn State, today, 31-26. They might have got away with a pass interference on the last Clifford throw, but they did intercept it to end the Nittany Lions' comeback. I thought they were going to come back and Minnesota was just going to be devastated, but they were able to bend but not break at the end, and it's just amazing to see their defense forced Clifford, Penn State's quarterback, into 3 interceptions. He came into the day with 3, and so tripling that, and their quarterback for Minnesota, 18 for 20, 3 touchdowns, 300 and some yards. Can't really remember, but just great. And Bateman was the leading wide receiver for the Golden Gophers with 220 yards, 7 receptions, and I believe a touchdown. So I'm just happy that there's a lot of different programs having a lot of success, and PJ Fleck is the main reason why I got a lot of people believing. You got a believer in me, and that Penn State loss opens up a lot of things for a lot of people in the college football playoff. It probably moves Clemson up there. Georgia has got some help too, and I believe with that Alabama loss, giving up the most points in a Nick Saban era, especially at home, I think that supplants the Crimson Tide as being out of the playoffs. But I guess you can never count out a Nick Saban team, and the college football playoff always wants Alabama in there. It seems like even some years I didn't agree, but Ohio State looking good too. 73 points on Maryland today. 8 different people scored. Just a fantasy football nightmare. Just a great, not a nightmare, a love fest all around. So that was great for them. Chase Young suspension looming is just another bad look for the NCAA, but that's nothing different. I wish they would just stop and let these kids play and go on to their careers, and just forget about all this sanctions crap. It's annoying. It takes the fun out of it. I realize you have to sanction people, but how about sanctioning the people that deserve it? Not people trying to have their family come see them play. It's dumb. It's dumb. Sanction the people that are murderers and sexual assault people that we've seen at Ohio State for years under Urban Meyer, Florida under Urban Meyer, and just let the kids play. That's all I gotta say on that. Clemson made a statement, 55-10 over NC State. A lot of youngsters on NC State. It was, I believe, 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. So that's what you call whooping, and a big time one. There was another big win that Matt Rule has the Baylor Bears playing great football, outlasting TCU in a third overtime, intercepting the Baylor quarterback on a 4th and 10 in third overtime, and their kicker actually doing his job, 51-yarder with 42 seconds left to send it into overtime. That's very rare for college. It just seems like every week there's a critical miss, but today it wasn't for Baylor, so they remain undefeated. They get a collision course with Oklahoma, who survived a 2-point conversion scare by Iowa State, who made a furious comeback in the second half, and Oklahoma and Jalen Hurts survives 42-41. Just great there. There's a lot of collision courses, And for Minnesota, they better watch out because they got to play Iowa. And hopefully they can come down off this high and do what they have to do. But the college football rankings are going to be interesting this week. Can't wait to see them. College football is amazing. This was a great Saturday. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video at all. Got any value from it? It would be great. Thank you. Good night. See y'all tomorrow as I wrap up the NFL Sunday.